Well, gang, we have exactly one more evening before the story finally picks up.
And everything goes to crap.
We're really looking forward to it, but first it's time for Oya. Now, lately, I keep forgetting to have the right persona on hand and have to keep running backwards. But this time, I've got Incubus nice and ready.
Don't worry, I've got something that'll raise her confidant level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah!
Never do that ever again, please. Oh yeah, we're the Bittersweet Gamers.
Time we squared.
I'm the Opinionator. We've been forgetting that lately a lot, too. It's a good thing we haven't actually completely forgotten how to play the game.
Says you.
Yeah, okay, I've been winning, thanks.
I can't talk. I haven't played the game at all. That was the joke. Okay. So that ace detective is serious, huh? I see.
This may be kind of relevant right now.
Oh yeah, there's something I need to apologize to you about.
For dragging me along and lying about me?
You know, it's part of my job to research particular things. Well, I ended up finding about your criminal record.
It's public record though, isn't it? So, is that really a problem? It's not like I'm happy about this, obviously, but it does exist.
I wonder if she did something to it.
No, she can't do anything to it.
I realized you weren't just some ordinary kid back with my chief, so I did some digging out of curiosity, and I found a ton more than I was expecting.
Sorry.
So, sorry about that. I guess she just feels like it might have been a small betrayal of trust.
Yeah, like a violation of privacy. Like you're not really supposed to dig into and find dirt on the people you're actually trying to work with.
Right? I have to say, though, the ruling made in your case was really odd.
It was! Wasn't it? I mean, if I remember correctly, the way it happened was such that the identity of the person who filed the complaint couldn't be known.
Some kind of deal must have gone down behind the scenes to make sure that was the end result.
I'm quite aware of this.
That must have been tough for you to handle. You're just a kid.
Yes, all of these things are true.
Well, just forget about the past. We're in the same boat when it comes to being labeled.
I really completely agree with this.
I'm a criminal too.
I'm not going to say that because I actually agree. No, I think that'd be the way to go. I mean, that's really what it is. Because of the incident, right? Whatever it might be.
Exactly. I've made a vow to avenge my partner for... Whoops!
Hey!
Mama-chan, refill!
You almost opened up to me there! No, it's your turn to tell the truth. You can't go rooting around in the kid's past and expect to keep your own secrets hidden.
I love Lala. Wait, don't blame me for that. He doesn't have anything to do with my private business. Well, I'm just a nosy reporter.
You didn't have anything to do with my private business and you still looked, right? So this is the least you can do. I don't know, I don't think she'd like that.
Well, I don't know if curiosity would be any better.
It's something she would understand more, I suppose.
That's true.
But I guess I'll go ahead and say it. Don't worry. You can trust me.
Wink, wink.
I, Jiro Nakamura, never say anything to anyone about anything. So what do you have to lose?
That statement is true. I mean, it's not like I don't trust you. And hold on a sec. Why am I getting treated like the bad guy? More booze.
Look, you're gonna feel way better talking to someone who understands exactly what you're going through. Besides, you'll explode if you keep all that alcohol-fueled anxiety bottled up in you.
That's not how alcohol works. It's the vapors that are flammable. That's true. And I guess this is the fairest course of action for our business partnership, huh?
After all, now neither of us will have anything on the other. Like, no one will have an advantage or a disadvantage.
Just don't tell anyone, okay? Back when I covered politics for my publisher, I had a partner who helped with photography, Kaio Murakami. We were a pretty well-known team in the industry. We blew the lids off countless scandals together. That is, until that day came. We were on the trail of a certain bureaucrat who was involved in a slush fund to support refugees.
Huh.
I don't know what a slush fund is.
You don't?
No.
Okay, basically a slush fund is in any sort of an administrative organization which can include private business or in this case like public stuff, like government stuff. Money that is not earmarked for a specific purpose but is in something of a general fund. They're kind of suspicious because you never really know how the money gets there, and people can use it for whatever.
Gotcha.
And it's like generally not very transparent.
Okay.
So.
No, I understand. He kept himself pretty well guarded, so it was almost impossible to get any solid leads on the guy. Then one night I got a voicemail from Kaio saying she had gotten hold of something big. But that was the last I ever heard from her. The next day, that was found dead at a love hotel, and Kaio had gone missing. Oh my!
That's horrible! So...
That seems the most prudent.
What was the cause of death?
Well...
The cause of death is unknown. The authorities couldn't tell whether it was a murder or a suicide. That's not really the cause of death.
Right?
As for the killer...
Shit.
The police accused Kaio. They said she killed him in a crime of passion. That's impossible, though. She never would have slept with a disgusting man like that. And more importantly, it's pretty damn fucked up to make allegations like that without any evidence.
I know. After all... a no cause of death, couldn't tell if it was a murder or a suicide, it was a mental shutdown. Ichiko-chan.
Sorry. The case was closed, but we never found the truth, and Kaio was labeled a professional disgrace. And since we were partners, the company decided it would be best to move me to another department.
Sort of shuffling her under the rug, huh?
I'm going to prove Kaio's innocence, though. That's why I'm conducting my own private investigation now.
We never get any of her points.
I know,
so
right?
who even cares? I'm just going to express a strong opinion because that's frickin' awful.
You're damn right. There, you got some points. But thanks to all the info you've been giving me, I should have more time to focus on my investigation. I won't let this opportunity slip through my fingers. More booze. All right, we're even now. I did enjoy it, though.
Well, I'm glad to know this stuff. It does look like, in fact, you are connected to our erstwhile foes. You sure about that? It's been ages since I've seen you smile this much.
Well, maybe you're right. I haven't felt this alive in a long time. Okay, then I'll write a great article to commemorate our sharing session. Exclusive, the Phantom Thieves' lofty ideals in connection with the secret society.
You're just making stuff up, aren't you?
Just kidding. Don't worry, I'll definitely come up with a better headline before we go to print. That seems like that'll make her a giant target with all this going on.
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with anything else, and you know that there are plenty of other Phantom Thieves journalists all over the place.
That's fair.
There's such a big issue that this is, like, not something that isn't going to come up.
That's true. Still, there's one thing that bothers me. There's no doubt the chief is onto my investigation.
Now, he's probably under orders, completely reasonable orders to not let you do it, but also probably is, like, letting her have as much of a leash as he possibly can. It's like that fine line between breaking the rules and following them.
Maybe we should keep acting like a couple so we can trick him. How's that sound?
What are you really after? Oh, leave the kid alone. Yeah, it's getting late. Shouldn't you be heading home by now? You've been corrupted enough for one night.
You can come back later for more corruption. Are you back from hanging out with another older woman?
Don't worry about this! It's strictly business! Well, are you ready for the world to come crashing down on the Phantom Thieves?
I suppose so.
But first, change of heart. Sorry for messaging you all this early in the morning. It seems my father will be holding an urgent press conference.
Okay.
Well, I guess Okumura finally had his change of heart. It's amazing how long this takes, huh?
Well, I guess they've done this so professionally that they can time it wherever they want.
You just think that it would be more immediate to have something like your ego or your id be destroyed. Well, that has to at least lift some of the burden on Haru's shoulders.
For real?
Congrats!
When is that going to be?
8 p.m. tonight.
I wonder if he'll talk about the mental shutdowns.
Probably not.
Where should we watch it? Why don't we get together beforehand?
Yeah, that sounds good. I don't see why we shouldn't.
I don't really have a reason for meeting up, but it still might prove beneficial.
Anyway, how does the Shujin Academy rooftop sound?
It's been a while.
I actually happen to have some business up there.
That is where a lot of, planting stuff was stored.
Yeah, it was, like all the gardening equipment. Sounds good to me. It's been ages since I was last there. Nostalgia.
Wait, the school? Futaba, make sure you come in through the front entrance. See you all there after school.
Oh?
Huh. Wait, where's Yusuke? If he's still asleep at this point, he's definitely gonna be late for school.
That's a good question.
Who cares?
It's just Yusuke. 1 week left until exams. You'll have no problems if you've been studying regularly this semester.
My knowledge is fine! Assuming I can remember what the questions were, I should crush it!
I just remember.
That aside, Okumura Foods has been a hot topic lately. This much media coverage must be worth at least 10 million yen.
Yeah, right?
At first, I even thought that all this outcry was just some kind of elaborate marketing campaign.
It was so sudden and seemingly artificial. Bots, bots, bots!
I guess it's giving them too much of a bad image to be that, though. Advertising and public image are more important than anything else for a corporation.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the psychological test using these images? You show these two images to people and ask them to name one Boba and the other Kiki?
No,
What?
I'm not familiar with the Boba Kiki test. I mean, I would think more like Rorschach, but...
Nakamura-san.
That one's a Boba! It's a
And the
Boba!
other one's a Fett. Which do you think most people choose from the name Kiki?
A?
I assume if the word is some sort of sound effect? It kind of Kiki sounds kind of sharper.
Yes.
Excellent. That's correct.
That when I looked at it, it looked way more like a Kiki. The other one totally looked like a Boba. That's why I never thought that B would not be Boba, because it starts with B, and it's round, and Boba sounds round, whereas Kiki sounds sharp.
You should have instinctively felt that A is Kiki.
Yeah, I did.
Sharp sounds like K and T are linked to a spiky image. According to one theory, sounds and shapes are processed in the same area of the brain.
Oh, that's really fascinating.
Furthermore, this sense is the same worldwide. No matter the language, the result is the same.
So the question is, Billy, why didn't you associate A with Kiki right away?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm more of a boba. A product's name impresses an image on people before they even use or buy it.
Big Bang Burger does sound like something I want to eat.
Big Bang Burger exemplifies this, just like you said. The voiced consonants and short syllables leave a strong imprint.
Yeah.
Although with the news these days, it may also invoke the image of the strong oppressing the weak.
Well, these days, but even the teachers have their eyes on Okumura. Well, he should be having a change of heart, so there should be nothing to worry about, because nothing unusual will happen. Of course, they just saw everything go down the way that it always has. They didn't see Okumura get, killed?
He had a silenced pistol.
Well,
I mean, by that token, does he have a persona yet? Because if the persona is supposed to be a mask of rebellion, maybe he's just going in and shooting these people.
Well, he definitely was wearing a metaverse outfit.
That's true, but Haru also had a metaverse outfit before she fully awakened her persona as well. I mean, I'm just stipulating at this point.
I suppose that's possible. I would just find that very, very hard to believe.
You want to meet up on the rooftop after school, yeah?
I mean, you can still smack people around. You know, look at the attack command.
Yeah.
So if you have a gun, you're just using attack, right?
I guess so. No, you're using the gun command. Separate command.
I guess that's true, yes. Rooftop? What's this about? Oh yeah, you weren't there.
Can you come over to our school rooftop after your classes today?
I don't quite understand what's going on, but sure.
Is Haru at school?
I'm heading over now. Things were a little hectic this morning.
Understandably.
I'll be there before classes end for the day.
That reminds me, your flower bed is on the rooftop.
Oh! I mean, I did know that. We already talked about it. That's right. The season is good, so I'm thinking of transplanting them sometime soon. Flowers are an excellent hobby. I will gladly assist you. We'll help, too.
You don't want me anywhere near him.
Probably not. Well, as long as he knows he's not going to drop them or break them randomly.
On purpose.
He's not clumsy.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Really? Thanks. All right, I'll see all of you after school.
Got like a 2-gallon bucket of water, just dumping it on the flower bed. This is how it works, right?
So you're the one who grew these, Senpai?
Has been a long time since we've been up here.
Right?
You can just call me Haru. The seasons are changing soon, so I thought it'd be nice for the plants to change as well. This time, it's a Yusuke Kitagawa production.
All I did was add some, how do I put it? Aesthetic simplicity by balancing the color placement.
Ah, yes, he balanced the green with the green. I mean, they'll be fine once they actually bloom. But...
Furthermore, Haru chose the flowers herself. It will surely be a great bed, no matter the arrangement.
Ah!
Whoops.
I'm looking forward to it. Why don't we plant you, Mona?
Futaba, cats aren't plants.
What about cattails? I've heard that's a plant.
Yeah, but those aren't actually cattails. Cats are liquids. Get with the science.
Weren't you a shut-in until just recently? You'd better photosynthesize while you're here.
Oh, burn!
Well, let's get started.
Botanical burn.
Better than a chemical burn.
Perhaps the Snapdragon should go 2 more millimeters to the left.
And see, we're having this happy bonding moment before everything actually goes to hell.
That's not gonna make a difference.
No, it makes a difference.
Hey, you know how we're thinking of the school festival as our celebration party?
Well, I am anyway, but that's how I think.
Anyone else think we should have a real celebration on top of that?
No, remember, Futaba really wanted
Oh, yeah.
to go to the festival.
That's right, I forgot about that.
I must agree. It would be not only a celebration, but a welcoming as well. I'd like to do something among ourselves.
It's a Phantom Thieves tradition at this point.
That's true.
Let's do it then. A joint party to celebrate and to welcome Haru.
Oh, you don't have to do that. The school festival is more than enough. How is everyone else supposed to get excited if the star of the party's not into it? Well then, how about a night party?
A night party.
Thinking about it, Morgana, after everything that happened, isn't Morgana actually actively thinking about other people now?
Yeah,
whereas she
you're
did
right.
Not before.
You're right.
At Destinyland.
Yeah! Amusement parks!
Are we actually going to see it, though?
By Destinyland, do you mean that Kingdom of Dreams?
Roller coasters!
It would be a bit late, but there are some plans that allow us to rent out the park for the night.
Barely evading copyright infringement.
The entire park? You're talking about the Destinyland, right?
I want to see Hickey Horse.
No, No, I think it's more awesome that she's talking about renting out the whole park.
Of course.
But compared to everybody else, she is...
Loaded. Influential?
No, loaded was where I was
okay,
going,
okay.
but I don't know for how much longer.
Didn't you say you'd like to do something amongst ourselves?
That is true.
I did, but
Hold on, I'll go check.
I'm just gonna go rent out the whole park for you guys. We'll have lots of
She
fun.
really thinks like a celebrity.
She kind of is.
The heck's she gonna check?
Not really a celebrity, more like an Ojo-sama, like somebody who's just got a lot of money
Yeah.
and connections.
Guys, it looks like it will work.
We're really gonna have it at Destinyland?
She's just so casual about it, which is like
Funny.
the super poor Phantom Thieves are just like, what the heck?
Not like one of the restaurants, but the entire park?
It might be the last fun thing we ever do.
Right?
Even just for one night, the price is insane. Oh, that won't be a problem. We had originally booked it for a company party,
Ah.
then had to call it off because of the scandal.
Okay.
So it's not like so. Not only was it already booked,
Uh-huh.
but she would even be able to
Make that kind of switch.
exert some sort of connection over it if nobody else cared.
Right,
It's not like
right.
her family name isn't Okumura after all.
We'd barely get anything back if we cancel the reservation, so why not take advantage of it?
wouldn't that be oddly conspicuous, though?
That's a good question.
Still officially under the company's name. We needn't worry.
That would still be.
In that case, let's do this.
It would still be a little suspicious, but I don't think it's anything that really needs to be worried about. After all, most everyone here is a Shujin student. Everyone
That's
but
true.
Yusuke, and they've been friends for
And
a while.
Futaba.
And you've got the class president too,
That's
and
true.
that helps a lot.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
We'll just celebrate twice as hard today.
I'm sorry for disrupting everyone. You did come to help me after all. Well, let's get back to it.
Is she the only member of the gardening club?
Apparently.
So, seriously, how much does it cost?
You really don't want to know, okay?
For real?
Well, it seems like we'll be having our celebration at Destinyland tonight.
Yay.
Hickey horse. Now that I think about it, that's actually pretty good.
I realized the mental image.
That was delicious.
I mean, it's better than like Gonald Goose or something.
Damon,
What are you
look
talking
at
about?
Ryuji, and then look at Futaba.
Oh my!
Han's wearing something too, but her and Cat Ears just isn't strange at this point.
The food was arranged on my plate as though it were paint on a canvas.
I almost didn't want to eat it.
Man, Ryuji with those mouse ears. It looks really natural, doesn't it? Like he was born for it. Now,
It might be bear ears, we don't know.
Benny Bear.
Benny Bear?
But the rabbit ears with the top hat.
Yes.
It doesn't quite work. But I guess it's sort of, I guess her really long hair, the bunny ears balance it out.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're actually taking the time to discuss this.
I can.
Yeah, you're right.
The staff set this table and food just for us.
Very nice!
That bow just makes it.
I thought if we were going to dine together, it would be better to do it somewhere with a view.
The VIP life is incredible.
Don't get used to it.
Not that I'd expect anything else from a private rental.
See, guys, this is why I'm always on about this.
No one else here.
We are the rulers of the Kingdom of Dreams.
For now.
Is this lighting just for our sake as well?
That's right.
This is egregious!
I mean, if they're the only ones here, look at the fireworks for crying out loud.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about. This is ridiculous. It's too much.
It's beautiful.
It's not as beautiful as you.
And there's a rose on the top hat.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff couples say, right?
Okay, again, the game is trying very hard for this, isn't it?
Almost anyone would fall for that line in front of a site like this.
Oh, is that so?
Lady An, this view is not as beautiful as...
Oh, poor Morgana. She's completely ignoring him.
Come on, you guys are getting way too excited about this stuff.
What? Ryuji, are you okay?
It is bear ears.
Yes.
Benny Bear confirmed.
You say that like you're not tapping into your inner child too, Ryuji.
Are you kidding? I'm tapping into my outer child also.
This is just because Futaba kept nagging me to put him on.
We believe you. We believe you implicitly.
I did not.
You said something like that.
Maybe. I wasn't really paying attention.
We're not really teenagers. We don't have fun.
Fighting brings you closer.
Fighting brings you closer. It shows your
That's a good
true
way of putting it.
friendship.
I wonder if that has to do with where we are.
Huh?
My, this is so heartwarming.
Every time Yusuke laughs, I just get creeped out.
Honestly, I would have liked to see the parade as well.
No, we're not doing a private parade. We're not.
But given how sudden the request was, they couldn't get enough staff together to do it.
Perhaps that will have to wait until next time.
Either way, this party's totally the best one so far. It's freaking amazing.
I suppose being treated like gods for an evening is pretty good.
That's just gonna make it even worse when the shoe drops.
Yeah, it is.
I'm glad to see you're enjoying it. Be careful, Haru. You've shown these guys what luxury means.
So, warm feelings and new friendships, etc., aside, and I mean, I really appreciate how Morgana is taking such a much more active role in these than he used to. And it's real natural for everyone, you know?
Right.
But notice that Haru is still standing
Yeah.
off and to the side, and unlike the other parties, where they really did welcome the new member, this...
Yeah, it does feel a little weird.
I mean, sure, she used her connections to arrange this for everybody, and I'm not impugning any motives or lack of feeling or something like that on
And the
anybody
party's not
all.
over. I mean, they might get to something like that in a minute. I don't know.
Yeah, but Haru is still on the outside, not actually really fully part of the group yet.
Yeah.
This'll really raise the bar for our next celebration party.
You're already talking about our next party? Don't you think that's somewhat premature?
Well,
We'll have it on the moon!
there is one more party member. Maybe it'll be in a jail cell.
The party will be for me.
Still, how do I put this?
I love how Morgana was like, the next party will be for me! But really, this party is kind of for him, considering how Haru is acting.
Yeah, kind of.
I met Mona-chan. I got to know you all. Isn't everything going a little too perfectly?
Well, you see.
It's actually a bit frightening.
More than a bit.
You worry too much.
Now she worries the correct amount.
I must just be overly cautious because of my circumstances up till recently.
Your instinct is very correct in this circumstance. I mean, we're laughing about it now, but...
I'm sorry for bringing it up.
Healthy amount of paranoia is not a bad thing to have.
Especially because we, the players, know
Yeah.
exactly what's about to happen.
Hey, isn't it almost time? You know, for the press conference?
Oh god, it'll be here.
Yeah, and Haru will whip out her phone to watch her father die. I mean,
Oh, perfect timing.
it's gonna take a lot for her to come back from that. And again, because the thieves didn't see Akechi actually do the shooting, they're gonna think, especially Haru,
They're gonna
is
think
gonna
they
think
goofed up.
they did it.
Yeah.
Father,
Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to gather here.
And it's even framed like an actual change of heart.
Yeah, like the
Like he
press
sounds normal.
The press
you know?
conferences the press conferences we've had up to this point, the look on Okumura's face.
Today, I'd like to elaborate upon the whole truth behind my company's labor situation.
Also, I would point out just another thing that makes me kind of like Okumura. I mean, I've made my feelings on the guy pretty clear, but unlike the previous ones of these that we'd seen, which was everybody but Kaneshiro,
Right.
like Kamoshida was real unstable and weepy. Madarame was just like, and no, I guess that was it, wasn't it? Well, in any case, Okumura is actually like standing tall and straight and like speaking with strength.
Right.
And that's just an interesting note of his character, I think.
Don't lie, it's because he has a cravat, isn't it?
Yeah. You got me. I'm very biased towards Kravitz.
How my employees were forced to work under severe conditions. How lax we were with sanitation.
Oh my god.
And how my corporation acted as a whole to cover up every facet of this scandal.
He's got a pocket square too, you know. Really, I only care about the
Yes,
Kravitz.
he's very dapper, I understand.
I just want the Kravitz! Kravitz!
For all of this, I wholeheartedly apologize.
One of the reasons we're being so goofy and friendly about this is because he's about to die horribly.
And then we're not going to be in a goofy mood for quite some time.
And honestly, though, I would really sort of rather remember him as the person that perhaps he should have always been, and that Haru always knew he was and wanted him to be.
Right.
So are you saying all of this was done under your orders?
Yes. I am solely responsible.
We heard that dozens of your employees were forced to resign due to mysterious illness.
And this is basically the end of Okumura Foods, which will likely never recover.
Furthermore, these happen to be officials who stood against your proposal for overseas expansion.
Wait, what?
Yet more people
Jesus.
who Okumura like contracted the assassinations of.
Oh,
or the
right.
Shutdown.
Oh,
of.
yeah. Duh, I don't know why I forgot about that.
Everybody who stood in his way who disagreed with what his plans were, he just removed them so they couldn't dispute him or argue.
Oh, after they said sanitation and mentioned illness, I thought they were talking about something else, like people catching the flu or something.
Oh, no.
I hadn't connected it to the mental shutdown.
Yeah, the sanitation was, cost cutting.
Yeah.
The same thing also happened to executives at competing companies who were looking to expand abroad. Is all of this true?
That is really, really, really bad. Obviously, I like Okumura, but the fact of the matter is that, each successive person has been worse. And Okumura has murdered so many people. There is... there is no way to come back from any of that.
And the next guy's gonna be worse.
God, how bad is the next person going to beat essentially somebody who just continuously contracted assassins? How many people died specifically because of Okumura? It's just terrible.
Yes.
Was it all coincidence? We'd like some answers.
I wonder if he will talk about it here.
About that. I have a critical piece of information to announce.
Nah, he's probably about to bite it right now.
Yeah. It is interesting how he was actually about ready to blow the lid on the whole deal, though. Good for him for doing that, but...
Here it comes. Okumura is going to say who's really behind the mental shutdowns.
I...
Yep. God.
Okumura-san?
And the way he started to phrase it, too. Oh, God. I have a critical piece of information. It's just going to make it that much easier to make it look like he was about to say something about the Phantom Thieves.
You're right.
Huh?
Oh, God.
Father?
You better...
Why did he collapse?
You better just sit down, okay?
That didn't look right at all. Don't tell me. Mona-chan, what's going on?
You better just...
No, that's impossible.
You better just sit down because... We did everything the same.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything.
You're right. We followed all the same steps. We made sure we just took the treasure, too.
I should call home. This isn't our fault, is it?
I do like how Haru isn't trying to, or isn't collapsing into panic.
Yeah.
She actually does have quite a lot of strength.
Yeah, she does.
She's constantly displayed that. After all,
I mean, she chose to stand up against her father to begin with.
And then immediately become one of the Phantom Thieves, even if just with Morgana, because that's what she thought she needed to do. So she really is extremely strong.
It's been okay all 4 times so far, ever since Kamoshida. If we let the shadow live, the real person won't undergo mental shutdown, right?
So we always thought. That's still correct, I'm sure.
Right.
That's how it should work.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
What's wrong?
This is the same.
The same.
Oh God,
the
that's
same
how her
as
mother looked.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I remember now. It's just like what happened to my mom.
Yeah.
If it's the exact same as what happened to her mom, then they know they didn't do it. Because the Cabal did.
Yeah, they should be able to use that information.
So this is the moment when mental shutdown occurs.
I hope they can use that information. Please do!
There's enough smart people in the group.
But why did they target Okumura?
See?
Yeah.
They're already just instantly like, oh crap, this was the Cabal.
Thank you, Makoto.
Damn it! What the hell's going on here?
Of course, this is information they don't have. They don't know anything about this group. The only thing that they know is that there's a mysterious person in black.
I have to
go.
Are you sure that that is okay for you? Because if there's anything we can do...
I'll talk to the staff before I leave. Feel free to take your time.
Oh yeah, because they're just going to go back to enjoying the party after this.
But she doesn't want to burden anybody else with her problems, and she knows that it's her responsibility to sort this out.
Haru!
I mean, even, like, the sudden death of her father also means there's a lot of things that she's the only person who can take care of right now.
That's true.
This ain't our fault, right?
And as strong as she is, she's just immediately accepting those responsibilities and keeping it together on the outside, and I'm really impressed with that. Of course, Ryuji's response is anger. Ann's is very emotional. Makoto's is rational. Yusuke's is skeptical. Man, now that I think about it, that worked out real well. I mean, Futaba, of course, related it to herself and kind of backed off a little bit because she's a bit weaker on the inside like that. Don't mean that as an insult to her.
To think so.
Some welcoming party, huh?
Yeah.
I'll get in contact with Haru later.
On the bright side, this is making everyone look good.
But for today, I think we should all return home.
Hum-de-dum-de-dum, just murdered someone. I mean,
What are you watching? That's...
Nice acting there, dude.
This is just a hypothesis. But perhaps Okumura was bitten by his lapdog.
Whoa! Very good call! Nice job, Sai!
Are you implying that the Phantom Thieves triggered a sudden mental shutdown on Okumura?
wait, what?
Ah, no, that's really what she
Why would
means.
the thieves be considered Okumura's lapdog?
Because under Sai's hypothesis, all the mental shutdowns occurring around around Okumura's opponents were caused by the Phantom Thieves.
Right.
So Okumura, too, suffering the shutdown means he was hit by the thieves to protect their identity.
So her statement was only technically correct.
Right. But technically it was quite correct because his lapdog did bite him.
There might have been a falling out of sorts, so the Phantom Thieves abandoned a useless employer.
You were correct. Just replace Phantom Thieves with Akechi.
And to cover their tracks, they dealt with Okumura.
I hate to bring this up, but I'm actually here about that.
Yes, Akechi?
Did you find any evidence?
No. Actually, there's a chance that the party behind these aren't the Phantom Thieves, but someone else.
Huh!
What on earth? I would like to think he's actually trying to bite his own lapdogs.
Maybe, although the viewers have said for quite some time now they think it's funny we think it's Akechi. Maybe he isn't the man in black.
It has to be him.
There might be something else that we're not aware of going on. I just want to harbor the idea as a potential.
No, I
believe it's him.
I can accept that. I do think it is. Okay, let me try that again. I do believe there's a lot regarding this that we don't know about. I mean this specifically, the Man in Black, the assassinations, the mental shutdowns. I know there's stuff we don't know. But all the information lines up with it being Akechi, especially considering, again, it was Akechi's voice when he shows up and shoots Joker in the head if you run out of time.
An idea occurred to me, but there's like absolutely no evidence as to it possibly being true. But what if the Man in Black is a cognitive being of Akechi?
But then that would mean that this cognitive being would be going into other people's palaces under his own will and possessing a persona.
Well, we don't.
No, Madarame and Kaneshiro said he was a persona user.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Well, I'm glad I brought it up because you quashed it pretty well.
It's worth thinking about stuff like that because you can eliminate things that can't be, you know?
Yeah.
How do you mean? You were suspecting the Phantom Thieves as well.
No, this is very interesting.
It is still hypothetical at this point, but I don't want to rule it out.
We're searching the Okumura residence tomorrow. Same with Shujin and its principal.
Why Shujin?
Because Kobayakawa died in the same way. I mean, sure, he was hit by a truck, but she would have access to the police reports, which would indicate like the heart attack and the gooey, oozy blood.
We will find evidence on this, no matter what it takes. By the way, I wanted to ask you something.
I hope she gets to the bottom of it. But I mean, I guess I know she doesn't.
I guess that's why we're having this flashback?
Yes?
You haven't looked at my laptop or taken files from it
Dang!
without permission, have you?
Wow, she's sharp!
No surprises there. After all, her assessment of the situation is completely true. It's just the subject is wrong.
Yeah.
That's quite out of the blue.
I think maybe she noticed Makoto copying the files.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's talking about.
There were traces that someone transferred data from it.
Interesting that she knew to look.
Well, she's a professional.
Only a small error pop up.
Oh, well.
But I noticed it immediately after I had that argument with you last month.
And that's why you suspect me? Oh, please, give me a break.
Are you saying you didn't?
As a detective myself, I honor the value of information, as well as the effort invested in it.
Yeah, well said.
I take pride in what I do.
What are you playing at, though? I'm really excited to find out! It's compelling!
I thought you, of all people, would understand such values, Sae-san.
I apologize.
Of course, she's now going to think, but if he didn't do it, then who did?
Only one other person could have had access to her laptop.
I don't think she'll figure it out, though.
Probably.
But then, who stole my data?
I mean, remember her response in the interrogation.
That's true.
When Jiro
That's true.
Said Makoto.
I let my guard down. They're mine. I'm the one who will catch them.
So I guess it's going to be... I was expecting there to be like a lot more of an instant outcry and an instant awful things start happening. I guess it's going to be a slow drip of things just getting worse and worse.
Are you looking at the comments?
And worse. Got what he deserved. It had to happen. The question, good shit for us plebes, lol. Are the Phantom Thieves just? The number is still gone up!
Mm-hmm.
God, the public dealt with that even worse than we were expecting.
I know. So about Haru's dad,
the news said it was a cardiac arrest.
There's a chance he'll pull through, right? I hate to say this.
Yeah, that blind optimism. There's nothing wrong with hope, but...
But usually after such a report, the only thing that follows is a confirmation of death.
I mean, it's the mental shutdowns.
Yeah.
No.
Haru.
Why is this happening? Can someone die simply from having a mental shutdown?
I don't know. I suppose it's possible that the shock could kill a person.
Probable.
Haru did mention how her father wasn't in the best of health.
I just can't imagine that... The part that I have a hard time with is how long it takes for it to actually occur.
But for him to just up and die? This has got to be some kind of joke. Haru.
Are we responsible for his death?
But I thought it was supposed to be fine as long as we didn't kill the shadow.
It is, but man, I hope you can get this proof.
Ain't that what you said, Morgana?
It should have been okay. It should have been. He says it should have been okay, and that's what we've seen this whole time. Yeah. Though, admittedly, we were told right at the beginning there was a risk, but...
But 4 times?
Not only that, but Morgana had never actually succeeded before the thieves did. So
right.
Then they kind of figured out afterwards that this is how it worked. Yeah, there's no point getting mad at Mona for this. I heard the same thing too, you know.
In any case, let's compose ourselves for now. We need to act normally in public, but keep Haru in our minds.
Yeah. You guys did not kill anyone.
Yeah.
The people you need to be, the person you need to be concerned about is Haru.
Yeah.
Damn it. This doesn't make any sense. Why he suffered a mental shutdown is one thing, but what are we supposed to do from here on out? I mean, this is going to really shake them up, because if they can't find the proof that they did not cause that shutdown...
Yeah, their confidence is going to tank.
Then they can't do anything else, because the risk...
Yeah, the minute they send a calling card, the person that they send the calling card to is going to be like, oh god, I'm going to die!
Now, it's like, with somebody like Okumura, if they would have had the full knowledge, which they didn't have going in, but it's like if they had the full knowledge that Okumura had used an assassin before, well, then I would think it'd be quite justified because it's somebody who had killed.
Yeah.
And so you've got to stop them from doing it again because there's no reason to assume that Okumura wouldn't do it again.
Right.
But the thing is, with a change of heart, none of that matters because they then immediately turn themselves into the authorities. So you don't have to take the vigilante route.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point of doing this. But not from the public's perspective, of course. Haru's gonna be fine, right? I totally prefer this to the Choco Fountain. Just saying. We hung out with Chihaya at the Sky Tower a while back.
Well, time for another visit from our favorite long-nosed, ambiguous jailer.
How many other long-nosed, ambiguous jailers are there? So yes, he'd be our favorite.
I don't want to talk about it.
What? I was gonna say he'd be our favorite by default, but...
On your feet, inmate.
Oh, I see.
Oh, they're
not gonna berate him this time.
Our master has an important matter to discuss with you. Heed his words well.
They're being serious.
Yeah, I am surprised that there hasn't been a scene where everybody has been really shaken up. It speaks so well for the thieves and for Haru that right when it happened, like their reactions were businesslike. I don't really like using that word.
I understand what you
mean. But you kind of get what you understand what I'm saying. But I would really like to see everyone struggle with this at least a little bit and in something other than just a text message.
Right.
Especially Haru.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to congratulate you for expelling the one proud of their greed.
Primarily because, I mean, in a work of fiction, seeing the characters express a lot of emotion is kind of one of the pleasures of it.
It helps you empathize.
Yeah,
with
it helps
them
you
better,
empathize.
like, connect to the character.
Right, and so I would really like to see that, and I'm kind of going to be angry if it doesn't come up.
Or so I'd like to say, but something odd seems to have happened.
What happened? Please say if you know.
Who knows?
Oh,
do you know?
However, don't you sense it? The malicious will of another.
We really thought we were going to actually have to confront him.
I mean, we probably still are, but...
Well, we will next time for sure. In whatever the next palace is.
It seems a contingency has occurred.
Or Mementos, maybe.
Contingency? Well, why would Akechi be in Mementos?
Maybe just lay a trap for us or something? I'm just...
At this rate, your rehabilitation cannot be completed. Though I doubt that will be the case.
Wait a second. No, you're right. At first I was thinking, why would he need to be in Mementos? He just needs to go to people's palaces and assassinate them. But what if they don't have a palace?
Yeah, that's how he would have had to take out all those, like, schlubs.
Yeah, so you would find them in Mementos. So I suppose that's actually pretty realistic.
Right.
I truly look forward to seeing how you overcome this predicament.
Oh,
remember when Igor was, like, nice and kind and friendly and
There's got to be a point where he'll just let all this out. Like, what it is he's trying to do.
Hope so.
We shall meet again.
Time's up, inmate. Hurry up and return to your world.
At least the sisters are a little softer this time around.
There you go.
That's better than nothing, but that's still only 13 points. It's like, is it... Like, are people so bad that only 13% on that poll are going to think worse of the thieves?
Maybe it's, I don't know. Did you hear? Okumura died. It's all over the news. He collapsed during his press conference, right? I wish I'd been watching when it happened. I'm a horrible kid.
You're probably better off. It was a total disaster. I never imagined seeing a heart attack would be so unsettling. As someone who has seen someone else have a heart attack, it is extremely unsettling.
The news says it was because of illness, but either way you spin it, still bizarre. Damn, I wish I'd seen it live. Maybe the ones who went down are the ones who actually saw it happen.
Maybe, yeah.
Like the kids who didn't see it don't really understand.
Listen this time, okay?
And in this age, proletarian literature, that is, literature written by the working class.
Did you see that interview? I thought it was gonna be some hidden camera show at first.
I was so scared I changed the channel.
He looked really like he was in pain. That was sick.
Will you quiet down? We're in class right now.
Wow, it's like, if you think about it, watching someone suffer and then their life end before your eyes isn't a joke. And it isn't cool, huh? I never would have known.
Not to mention, you have midterms starting Monday. Focus on studying.
Things are getting pretty bad. Maybe I'll tell that heart attack story sometime. Not now, though. If anybody wants to hear it, let me know.
It seems police have shown up at our school. The police? What for?
Your sister hasn't told you about any of this?
Nothing at all.
Could this be related to Okumura's death in some way?
But there's no connection between our school and Okumura Foods.
Except for Haru.
Think they came to talk to Haru? She's absent today.
Well, I mean, this is Sai investigating Shujin.
Right. Then seriously, what are they here for?
That long overdue visit from, like,
oh, you know it's not going
ago.
to happen. I can't even begin to fathom the reason. Anyway, let's be particularly careful not to stand out, Ryuji, and head straight home once school ends. Understand that, Ryuji? I mean, everyone? I can't help but feel like I'm being targeted here.
We haven't found anything useful as evidence.
I mean, they're not gonna, frankly.
You can't find evidence like this.
I see.
We're hoping to find something more than the calling card, too.
We've confirmed the victim's connection to the Phantom Thieves, at least.
But no other person who's received a calling card has died. This should make it
no other person
suspicious.
Who's received a calling card, in her eyes, was, like, had a direct personal connection, so to speak?
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, honestly, they would have to investigate anyway. It's the right thing to do.
Thank you for your cooperation.
It's just, they are wrong about the conclusion.
What are those two in the back investigating?
Speaking.
The grooves in the chair?
Huh? They found a calling card in the principal's office, too.
Oh! 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 I see!
There's no reason that... I mean, everybody knows what those calling cards are like because they're so highly publicized, so it'd be easy to fake one when you have all these resources. And this, of course, knocks out the alibi about that one that I just said.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry to ask again, but your father hadn't said anything about the Phantom Thieves, correct?
That's right.
Please contact me if something catches your attention. It doesn't matter how trivial it seems.
Isn't it kind of funny when Sai is in these situations, it's usually one of the Phantom Thieves in the background overhearing her talking?
Yeah. It is how it typically has worked, isn't it?
One was Makoto, so that makes sense, but...
Well, I mean, it makes sense every time, but it is funny how that happens.
Yeah. You don't have to force yourself, though. Just anything that comes to mind.
The principal? No one told me about that.
Because it didn't happen.
Just thinking about what their next move is going to be.
The Cabal or the Phantom Thieves?
The Phantom Thieves.
Okay.
Not that much farther in the future, is it?
Doesn't seem like it.
Perhaps.
So basically, your group didn't go after Okumura's life.
I wonder. I'm still thinking that they're gonna be going after Sai at some point.
Like taking her treasure?
She seems to have a distortion. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, okay.
And she's getting really obsessed and has this grudge, but alternately, I mean, it's reasonable for her to have this grudge in her professional position.
Yeah.
Or obsession, but...
And even the death of Shujin's principal, who we found a calling card for, was the work of another.
Yep.
You don't sound like you're lying.
Thank you for believing me, ma'am.
We have demonstrated a clear MO. It was only once we got big that other people started trying to
copy it.
Not copycat, but use that defined MO to pin stuff on us.
If you wanted to deceive me, you could have easily woven up a much simpler lie than this metaverse.
I mean, you can't make up stuff like that, you know?
It's so ridiculous that it makes it harder to believe that it's a complete fabrication.
Moreover, your account coincides with my own investigation. Is that even possible if it were made up?
It would be very difficult, and it wouldn't look like...
Because I'm sure hasn't revealed anything to him about her investigation.
And I hate to admit, but with my line of work, I know a false testimony when I hear one.
That's what I was about to bring up. At least sometimes you'd be awfully suspicious.
Also, I think Jiro's a little too broken down, like, to be capable of lying effectively.
It's been a couple hours at this point,
yeah,
but
he
yeah,
still looks like shit.
You're probably right, though.
Still, if you set your sights on Okumura based on my intel, it'd be before his name was even ranked.
Which is the truth, in fact.
You could have ignored him and targeted some other famous person. Why would you go so far as to further investigate and pursue this criminal?
Oh, because Haru is part of our team. Gosh dang it, I knew it! My teammate was in danger.
That's the reason that we had to. There was even a big argument about this, where about half the thieves were like, we should go after him, and half of them were like, should we really? And then, of course, there was Haru.
Simple enough.
Doesn't have to be complicated. The metaverse is complicated enough.
There's still no proof that another suspect exists. That said, it's safe enough to say that you aren't the murdering type.
I'm glad that after all this time, you have accepted that.
Yeah. Sure, it'd be nice if we got some freaking confidant abilities out of this.
But with the subsequent deaths of Okumura and Shujin's principal, the public's opinion changed.
Right.
Pressed to prove your innocence, your next objective was...
Was?
Yes?
What's the matter?
There was a strange little sort of blur thing when it went back to him.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Is it a side effect? What in the world did the police inject into you?
I don't friggin' know!
Truth serum is what we were thinking, but, I mean, again, if you fail the deadline, Akechi comes in here...
and murders you.
Yeah. So, and the SIU director is specifically in charge of this, so who knows what they did. Maybe more than just truth serum.
Maybe...
Hey, can you hear me?
Maybe something so he can't defend himself.
You
Maybe.
need to stay focused.
I'm trying!
Don't scare me like that.
Scares me too!
If what you're saying is true, you must tell your side of the story to the end.
I'm trying, lady!
Agreed.
We'll both be in trouble if your testimony becomes unreliable.
Do you have an Amrita drop or something?
Well then, let's move on. At last we arrive at your most recent crime.
Ah!
You know what I mean, don't you? This calling card was delivered to your latest target. The one you had decided would prove your innocence.
Is it her?
Of course it is, because that's why she pulled the card out of her pocket and just slapped it down on the table.
It was addressed to Sae Nijima. Myself.
I mean, they'd sort of made us suspicious about it some time ago.
Now, explain everything to me.
And like, considering where everything was going...
Well, okay. If she's the target... then where's the rest of the team right now? Are they in the metaverse? Are they in her palace? While he's distracting her?
Could this also mean... You might be right. Could this
I'm just
also
hanging on to
mean,
that whole got captured on purpose theory, aren't I?
That's what I was about to say, is that if this is actually the deadline, then... That would be really fascinating, because it
like this happens after you deliver the calling card.
Yeah, this would be like the calling card bit.
And then they're taking her heart while she's talking to him.
To like actually so Jito actually goes to get captured on his own.
Yeah.
So this meeting could get set up. Oh!
How fascinating!
Has anyone been able to contact Haru? Well, I don't know if I've tried or not, but I am worried about her.
No luck here.
Me neither.
She won't pick up. It doesn't look like she's seen any of our chats either.
I'm worried about her. Well, quite a lot of this one has been a bunch of speculating and reacting, but we should make a lot more progress next time. I sure hope it doesn't just go into free time, because we've got a lot of stuff to take care of.
Right?
But I really want that time for Confidants!